Our next guest says the acquisition would be a great move for News Corp. David Bank is with us now. He is an analyst at RBC Capital Markets. David has an outperform rating on the stock. He is one of the top forecasters according to Bloomberg data. David, thanks for coming in to talk to us about this. You like the look of News Corp buying the rest of BSkyB. You say if it happens, it would be accretive right away.
Absolutely.
Very little synergies, though. You've talked a lot about this being more about financial engineering. It's just a good deal, right? Just
a good deal. Right now, News Corp owns about 39% of the company. It generates a tremendous amount of cash flow. But because News Corp can't consolidate it, it's not really recognizing any of that earnings stream. And it's not getting value in the eyes of shareholders for that stake. So by consolidating the stake at a pretty reasonable price, all of a sudden it sees a massive amount of accretive cash flow immediately hit the income statement.
But one interesting thing you said is, you know, a lot of people want to look at Murdoch as the big bad wolf who's taking over the media world, and you're saying, look, just look at the numbers. It's more about the math than it is about some theme to dominate the media space.
If you listen to Chase Carey's comments on the call yesterday, the company had a call to kind of talk investors through the acquisition. The question was directly asked, hey, what are the synergies involved? And in a really nonchalant way, Chase Carey said, yeah, there really aren't that many synergies. The question was asked again, well, come on, there must be some kind of synergies. And the answer was, there really aren't that many synergies. So I think this is really about bringing the accretive cash flow onto the income statement in one of the most efficient ways you could, because they already own 39% of the company. It's a great acquisition. We love it. It's immediately accretive. But from a synergistic perspective, maybe not so much.
$8.2 billion, we should point out, is what News Corp has on its balance sheet, which is essentially being unused. BSkyB says the current offer, $11.5 billion, is too low. They want 14% more. What are the chances, David, they get what they want?
It's probably unlikely they get what they want, but it's probably likely they get something a little bit better. I think Rupert is, Rupert does have a tendency to kind of get what he wants. He does probably come up a little in the bid, but I think there's going to be a tremendous amount of scrutiny from investors over this bid, and if he does overpay, it will ultimately be pretty painful. I think he's learned something of a lesson from Wall Street Journal, but I think he wants the property, and he probably would go a little higher. It's okay, even if he went a little higher. The deal
was 14%. You're saying?
Well, I don't know that it's going to be. I think the ask from BSky is something around 800 pence. The offer is around 700 pence. If you want to know where I think it goes, it's probably somewhere, somewhere between, call it 750.
And how urgent do you think Murdoch wants this completed? I mean, I'm assuming he doesn't want this going back and forth in the press and all the details being dragged out. I mean, how quickly do we see resolution?
Well, the reality is, even if they had an accepted offer today, there's a regulatory review process, which will probably take something like 12 to 18 months. There's a pretty long tail ahead. But I don't think he's afraid to negotiate. I mean, I think he's willing to let it drag out to get what he wants.
David, you pointed out that he faced some criticism for overpaying for the Wall Street Journal. There's also some other issues that News Corp is facing, some potential risks to buying the stock right now, as you suggest. What about growth in piracy? I mean, how much is this a concern for the company?
Well, I think growth in piracy related to the greater News Corp operations, I think it's an issue, but I mean, I think the providers of video-related entertainment are taking a much different tack than the music industry did, and they're trying to aggressively approach the industry with digital distribution to head off piracy as opposed to be a victim of it.
David, we thank you.